Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 10 latest defense updates. Number 1, delivering second BrahMos battery to Philippines. In a significant milestone for India's defense export strategy, India has shipped the second of 3 batteries of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system to the Philippines, marking another step in the fulfillment of a $370 million contract signed in 2022. Sources in the defense and security establishment confirmed that the missile system was transported via ship following the delivery of the first battery in 2024, which was airlifted by an Indian Air Force transport aircraft. The Philippines, the first international customer of BrahMos missile, is set to receive the third battery in the coming months, reinforcing India's growing stature as a global defense supplier under the Make in India initiative. Next, FICV program advances to tech stage. The India's journey toward building a future-ready military is gaining momentum with the development of the futuristic infantry combat vehicle, that is FICV, a next-generation platform poised to revolutionize the Indian Army's battlefield mobility and lethality. Cleared for procurement by the Government of India in 2023, the FICV program represents a cornerstone of the Army's ongoing modernization and capability enforcement drive. Currently undergoing rigorous technical evaluation, that is TEC, the FICV are designed to replace the aging BMP 2x2K fleet and will bring in transformational upgrades in firework, mobility, protection, and digital battlefield integration. The program is being pursued under the Make in India initiative with an emphasis on indigenous design, development, and manufacturing in partnership with private sector defense players and state-run entities. Next, Tejas versus FA-30. The competition between India's indigenously developed light combat aircraft Tejas and South Korea's KAI FA-50 has been a focal point in the global light fighter market, particularly in countries like Malaysia and Egypt. However, allegations of corruption and bribery have cast a dark shadow over the procurement processes in these nations, which claims that KAI's FA-50 secures contracts not through merit but through illicit financial incentives. This has led to a narrative that the Tejas, despite its competitive capability, is likely to win in such environment where systematic corruption allegedly influences decision, as reported in Malaysian local news and echoed in recent developments in Egypt. Next, early LCA Tejas concept design revealed. A fascinating glimpse into the evolution of India's indigenous light combat aircraft Tejas has emerged courtesy of Review Vayu's 50-year anniversary edition. An early concept design of the LCA showcased in the publication reveals a striking similarity to the General Dynamics F-16XL, an experimental variant of the F-16 developed by the US in the 1980s. This conceptual plan view drawing offers a window into the formative stages of India's ambitious journey to build a homegrown fighter jet. The LCA Tejas, developed by the Aeronautical Development Agency in collaboration with HAL, is a cornerstone of India's quest for self-reliance in defense aviation. The early design, as depicted, features a cranked aero delta wing configuration, a hallmark of the F-16XL. The F-16 XL, an experimental prototype, was designed to enhance the F-16's range, payload, and aerodynamic performance, boasting a distinctive double delta wing that improved lift and fuel efficiency. Next, Deutsche Aircraft D328 Eco. German regional aircraft manufacturer Deutsche Aircraft has been actively promoting its 40-seater D328 Eco turboprop, a next-generation aircraft designed for efficiency, sustainability, and regional connectivity. With strong backing from its local suppliers in India, the D328 Eco is being positioned as a transformative solution for regional air travel. But does this aircraft truly align with India's aviation demands? A closer analysis reveals that D328 Eco is not only a viable option but potentially a perfect fit for India's burgeoning regional aviation market. India's aviation sector is experiencing unprecedented growth driven by rising air travel demand, economic expansions, and the government initiatives like the UDAN UDAN, that is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik scheme, launched in 2016 to enhance regional connectivity. Next, ALH training for foreign trainees. In a testament to India's growing stature as a hub for advanced military training, 6 trainees from a friendly foreign country are undergoing practical training on the Advanced Light Helicopter at the Faculty of Aeronautical Engineering, Military College of Electronics and Mechanical Engineering from April 19 to 30th April. The trainees, part of a broader program at the 12th Tetra School, Air Force Station, Hakimpet, are benefiting from MCEM's state-of-the-art facilities, reflecting India's commitment to fostering technical excellence and international collaboration in aerospace training. The ALH, also known as the Dhruv, is a versatile, indigenously developed helicopter by HAL, widely used by the Indian Armed Forces for roles ranging from reconnaissance to medical evacuation. The practical training at MCEME focuses on hands-on learning, allowing the trainees to gain in-depth knowledge of the ALH system, maintenance, and operational intricacies. Next, the strategic context of Balochistan and China's investment. Balochistan, a resource-rich province in southwestern Pakistan, has long been a region of unrest due to its history of marginalization and insurgency. The Baloch people, an ethnic minority, have been voiced grievances over exploitation by the Pakistani state, lack of economic benefits from their resources, and cultural suppression. This discontent has fueled a decades-long separatist movement seeking greater autonomy or outright independence. Enter China, which has made Balochistan a centerpiece of its Belt and Road Initiative through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC. The CPEC, often described as a flagship project of the BRI, is a $60 billion plus infrastructure and energy development plan connecting China's Xinjiang province to the Arabian Sea via the Gwadar port in Balochistan. This port is pivotal for China's strategic ambitions. It provides an alternative trade route bypassing the Strait of Malacca, a potential checkpoint in times of conflict, and positions China closer to Middle Eastern energy markets, reducing shipping times and costs. Next, PM Modi to visit Saudi Arabia. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi will embark on a visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from April 22nd-23rd at the invitation of His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This will be the third visit of the Prime Minister to the kingdom after his previous visits in 2016 and 19. Next, Indian astronaut Subhanshu Shukla to fly to ISS in May. Indian astronaut Subhanshu Shukla is set to travel to the International Space Station next month as part of an Xiaom 4 mission 4 decades after Rakesh Sharma's iconic space flight on board Russia's Soyuz spacecraft, Union Minister Jitendra Singh said on Friday. Next, Aryabhatta's legacy, 50 years of Indian satellite. India's first satellite, Aryabhatta, completed 50 years today. Launched on this day in 1975, the satellite was named after the ancient Indian mathematician and astronomer Aryabhatta. The satellite built by the ISRO was launched from Kapustin Yar with the assistance of the USSR. The purpose of the satellite was defined to explore areas including solar physics, aeronomy and X-ray astronomy. Aryabhatta was designed as a 26-sided polydron measuring 1.4 meters in diameter and weighing 360 kilograms. Except for the top and bottom, all the remaining 24 faces of the satellite were covered with solar panels. Thank you.